He is sitting right on the Rich Eisen Show studios right here from the University of Michigan, head coach Jim Harbaugh. Good to see you, sir.
You too.
Good
you
to
too.
see
Have you had your first football dream yet?
Meaning today you're talking about, or just in general?
Before the season.
Oh, yes. It involves me running the 40-yard dash for you, running down and beating Ohio State.
Are you making this up?
No. I do this every day.
Every year, there's that first football dream before the season.
What's yours?
Starts.
What's yours?
I had mine last week. I had it. We were getting off the bus. We were getting off the bus, going into the tunnel for our first game. And
so what do you mean? Like when
room.
you're sleeping, you wake up?
Yeah. Just at some point, the biological clock kicks in. You have that first dream of
right.
Before the 2016 season.
And how did the dream end?
It didn't even get to the game. I was just getting off the bus. The team was getting off the bus. We were going into the locker room, and then I woke up.
Well, would you seem, though, that your clock is always ticking football, though? Would that be a fair assessment?
Yeah.
Because it seems like it is to me with these camps that you're doing all the time, that you are 24/7, 365, thinking about the sport, thinking about what you could do to improve the situation in Ann Arbor.
Yeah, but there's a time when you're sleeping where you're not until you are thinking about it when you're sleeping. That's
right.
that's when you get your first football dream.
Right. So when did you when did you first come up with the idea, we're going to do these satellite camps across the country? When did you first start thinking about doing this?
You know, when
you're coming back in
I remember exactly when it was. 2 years ago, I was my brother John Fearborn, brother-in-law, married to my wife's brother, was talking about his daughter Kennedy, who's a rising 8th grader at the time. Darn good volleyball player. She's about 6'2", and she was getting recruiting letters, and people were telling her to come out to their camps. They wanted to evaluate her and see whether they were going to offer her a scholarship or not. And there's some West Coast schools. UCLA was a school she was really interested. Stanford, where I'd coached at one time, and my brother-in-law John said, should I take her out to the camps? Like, well, you kind of have to, John. I mean, and he's, yeah, but Jimmy, it's $1,500, for the flights, the camp fee, and wouldn't it be better if they just came to Kansas City and had a camp? And ding, ding, ding. That's
it goes off in your head.
Yeah, we should go to people, make it a heck of a lot easier, where people don't have to travel, pay for flights, pay $300, $400, $500 to go to a 4-day camp at a university. It made sense. I thought it's just better. It's better for the student athletes, better for their families, better for competition. It's better for all those things. So why not do it?
Did you foresee a backlash when you're doing it, that there might be some people that think?
No, not at all, because it just all seems so good for everybody. Seemed great for coaches, seemed great for everybody involved, as I said. So, and it's been a blast. I have more fun personally at these camps than I have had in a long time. Been 7 months since I had this much fun. And my wife said it really well too. She came to about 5 of the camps, and I said, "What'd you think?" And she's like, "Wow, it's just so cute. They're all out there and they're trying so hard. They're going through every drill, as fast and as well as they can, and the players want to be noticed, and their parents are so enthusiastic about it. It's just really cute." I go, "Well, Sarah, cute really isn't a word that we associate with football." And then I'm thinking about it afterwards. I'm like, it's the perfect word. It really it's just so good. So
that's not a word though I hear coming out of the SEC though, Coach.
No, they weren't. They had an issue. They had issues with it.
Yeah, cute is not the word that they were. Why do you think people are having an issue with these satellite camps? If you could put a finger on it, why do you think they're looking at what you're doing and saying there's something wrong here with what you're doing?
I think the root of it is I think this is our territory. You're coming into our area of operation, and by God, we're not going to have that. But when you think about it, it's like the more the better. The more schools that come into the state of Michigan, the better for the for the youngsters in the state of Michigan.
So you wouldn't have a
Ohio.
problem. You wouldn't
Not
have a
at
problem
all.
if Alabama came and
Not
did
at
something
all.
in Ypsilanti.
No, we did that. We had some. Alabama came to some camps in Detroit, and I was at camps with Mike Loxley, who's a great guy, in Baltimore and in New Jersey at Paramus Catholic. So you get to see other coaches that you haven't seen in a long time. You got professional friendships with so many guys, and it's good on all levels.
It does seem like you're running out of jerseys and a way to wear at some of these things too, right? I mean,
I restocked here in LA. I got.
what do you got?
I got a Palomalo jersey, Kershaw jersey, I got a Kobe jersey.
So does that mean you have 3 more camps
and a
planned?
Mariota jersey when I was here in LA?
So you're planning on? So that's
Right in
3,
Inglewood.
That's 3 more
right
camps.
in the corner. Right in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, and you wore an Archie Manning jersey
Yeah.
when you were in Mississippi.
Yeah.
Right?
Hank Aaron was.
Did you met Hank, right? Did you meet him?
I did.
What was that like?
That was unbelievable, and that's where I got my first jersey. Hank Aaron gave me the jersey, so I wore it at that camp, and then was wearing jerseys from then on. Hank Aaron's is a wonderful, beautiful person. As great of a Hall of Famer as he is, he's that kind of a person. His civil rights activist, community-oriented person. His granddaughter goes to Michigan. She's going to be a shining star in your business.
Is that right?
Yeah, she's.
I did not know that.
Yeah, she's in communications and reporting. Works for the baseball team and the football team.
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's
Well,
going to be a real shining
she can
star.
have my job when I'm done with it.
Yeah.
I got too much going on right now. But
You're representing us very well.
thank you, Coach. It means a lot.
You're a great Michigan man.
There's a bunch of others that are out there too.
It's an army.
That is.
I want you to be our honorary captain.
Say that again.
I want you to be an honorary captain, the honorary captain.
Road trip.
For a Michigan home game.
My gosh.
Yes.
Let's make it. I know you got to get back.
Yeah, I got to get back for NFL Network.
So it needs to be a 12 noon kickoff. We have one September 10th
Okay.
against Central Florida.
Okay.
You'll do that for us?
Sure.
All right.
Are you?
Let's
in?
lock it up.
Oh.
Lock it up, Eisen. Lock it up.
September 10th. So
September
that's the
10th.
first. That's the first weekend of the football season. So I'm just letting NFL Network know I won't be at that show meeting.
No. You'll phone that one in.
Ooh, that's the first week?
That's the first.
It's
That's week
oh,
one of the
that is.
NFL season.
No,
Second
Hawaii
week
is.
of
We got a
college.
game.
No, I'm talking about.
for yours, yeah.
See, you're
Yeah,
talking
yeah,
about your
yeah,
world.
yeah.
I'm talking about. but-
Hawaii, we have Michael Jordan. Our
So-
opener is Michael Jordan. He's going to be our
because
captain.
you're wearing Jordans.
We're wearing
Michigan.
Jordan. Yeah. Yeah.
So
we're
Michael.
Air Jordan. We're the first football team to be Jordan.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
historic.
So Jordan is going to be the first honorary captain for
Yep.
the 2016
You'll be number
Michigan
2.
season.
You'll be in the 2 slot.
Okay.
Is that a letdown for the student body? Jordan week 1, Eisen week 2.
Hey,
Yeah.
back off, Penn State.
And we also have an invitation. We do have an invitation out to both Donald Trump and Michelle Obama.
Okay, you're
So
running
if
the
one
whole
of those
spectrum.
two want that slot, you'd be.
Well, I mean,
No, we're locking it up. We're locking it up right now. Eisen's September 10th. We're locking it up. We're locking it up.
Okay.
Handshake? We got
Yeah,
a
handshake.
All right.
In, my gosh.
Okay, all right.
Got my
trip.
coach right here. Let's take a break. We're back here in 60 ticks of the clock. Yeah, by the way, Jordan and me, I believe I can fly too, okay?
You can run.
Yes.
You can run.
That's right.
The man can run.
Look at me running. When we come back, we'll talk about the Michigan football season and a story that I did not hear about until last night that you are going to hear about coming up about a walk-on at the University of Michigan.
Hirsch.
He's coming up, and you are going to help us unpack that story.
Great.
Jim Harbaugh is here on The Rich Eisen Show, and we come back in a second. That's Jim Harbaugh.
Wise words.
Dropping knowledge, as the kids would say,
Yes.
on Saved by the Bell.
Street cred.
Did you watch Saved by the Bell? Is that how you got involved with that?
Who
years
didn't?
ago?
It was
Great
somebody-
answer, Coach.
Who didn't? So they just reached out to you, or you reached out to them, or somebody reached out to them,
Yeah.
or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh here on The Rich Eisen Show. Okay, who's playing quarterback this year? Do you know right now? As you and I are sitting here middle of July?
No, not yet. I mean, the summer is a great time for improvement at the quarterback position. A guy can, throw with receivers. A lot of working out to be done, getting in great shape. But you can also get better at playing quarterback just by yourself, like the kicking position, the punter, snapper. Quarterback's one of the rare positions in football where you can improve on your own. So you wait till they come back from summer to see who's made the most progress, throw the balls out there. August 8th and see who competes better. But right now it's two guys are leading, Wilton Spate and John O'Corn. Brandon Peters, who's a true freshman, will be in the mix as well, and Shane Morris. And they'll no agendas, no tricks or gimmicks. Whoever plays better will be our quarterback. But they're fighting for it. They're really competing hard.
How so?
Well, they're just. I hear from the receivers that a quarterback will set up a secret throwing session, and then text a few of the receivers to come meet him, and then one of those receivers also rooms with the other quarterback. And he finds out, and he shows up. So they're not letting either one of them get an edge over the other. So they're
okay.
They're battling. It's good.
Troops are salty.
It's
Troops
salty.
are salty.
A little gravel in the gut. It's very important to them, and that's a good place for us to be right now.
Now, who's playing fullback this year? This is where we're going to get into.
There's
going to
be a good competition there. Good competition. We lost both of our starting fullbacks, Joey Carriage and Siona Huma, who's playing with the Saints right now. So it's going to be a battle there. We have Henry Poggi will be in the mix, Khalid Hill. And then also very excited about Michael Hirsch, who I think we're going to have on the program.
Yeah, so just let's talk about him a little bit. Michael Hirsch is a walk-on?
Newcomer. Yes, but he's not new to football. He played at Harvard for 2 years. And then he was working on Wall Street. One of our coaches, Chris Partridge, had a connection to his high school coach. And Michael's parents both went to Michigan, so he reached out to us about walking onto the team. But and then the story just keeps getting better and better. He tells his buddies, "Hey, I'm going to go play football at Michigan." And they're like, "Hey, you're breaking our, you're busting our." Well, I can't say that.
But the reason why he only played 2 years at Harvard was because he
diagnosed with cancer, and it took 3 years, but he beat it. And then he's working on Wall Street. Doctors say you can play football again. He reached out to us. We appealed to the NCAA, and the NCAA granted him 2 years of eligibility. So he told his buddies on Wall Street, "I'm going to play football at Michigan." And by the way, he's an outstanding student and 6'3" and about 240 pounds. So very excited about him competing for that fullback spot.
And he's, I believe, is he on the phone line right now?
Yeah, we do have Mike on.
This is neat stuff. Michael.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Hey, Michael.
We're great. So Michael, just briefly tell us your story. You're playing at Harvard, and all of a sudden you become ill, and you find out what?
Yeah, exactly. So after spring ball, I just kind of felt sick, and I didn't get any better. And soon, what felt like a cold was suddenly spitting up blood. And so on July 4th of that summer, I got diagnosed with an autoimmune disease. It's called Wegener's granulomatosis. And essentially what it is a type of vasculitis. So my immune system was defunct, and it started to attack itself, and it kind of manifests itself in inflammation in all my organs. So soon thereafter, I started taking a chemo drug called Rituxan to start to fight the disease. And then so for the next 3 years, I stayed on the team as a manager as I got treatment and different surgeries and everything to try to get better.
And then you get a job on Wall Street and decide I want to play football again? Is that what happened?
Yeah, exactly. So essentially, I graduated, started working on Wall Street at Citigroup, and work was going really well, but outside of work, I kind of felt like I needed something else going on, I guess. And so one day I woke up and I wrote down, what would be your biggest dream? What's your biggest goal? And my parents met here as freshmen. I think they actually went to school when Coach Harbaugh did.
There you go.
And so, I grew up a huge Michigan fan, and that was my lifelong dream. So I wrote down play for Michigan, and I started to get to work. So I would work from 6 a.m. to 7 p.m. Then I would work out from 7 to 9 and then study for the GMATs 9 to 12 every night and repeat. And then luckily, I got in contact with the right people, and Coach was gracious enough to give me a chance to do my story, and now here I am.
And the NCAA gave
2 years.
2 years of eligibility.
So it's fantastic.
Yeah, and I remember at work, I was waiting on pins and needles to hear back from them, and when Coach Harbaugh called, that was one of the better days of my life.
What was that like for you, Coach, to make that call?
It was great joy. You know, it was a shining day. Felt great about the NCAA granting those 2 years, and now Michael's going to be able to, use all of his football playing eligibility, go to the Ross School of Business at the University of Michigan. I mean, who's got it better than Michael Hirsch? Nobody.
I was about to say, you're supposed to say nobody, Michael, when you hear that.
I didn't catch that. Yes, nobody, of course.
Okay, right. So before I let you go, how are you feeling now? Are you fine?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. The strength staff and our medical staff has been all over everything. They monitor me in some of my workouts. I wear a little heart monitor, but I'm going through it, and like every day is a dream. Working out with these guys is amazing, and I can't believe that I'm stepping through in the Schembeckler Hall each and every day. And I don't take it for granted. I'm so thankful.
And last one, what was it? What happened when you told your parents, by the way, I'm leaving Wall Street. I'm going to play for Jim Harbaugh for the next couple of years. What did they have to say to that?
They freaked out. They were so excited, and I grew up a Michigan fan. My friends became Michigan fans. It's infectious. And so to have them see my biggest dream start to come true, they were really excited.
Michael, thanks for calling in. I appreciate it. What a story. Good luck to you, okay? You take care.
Thanks so much for having me. You too.
You got it. See, he has a shot.
Living the dream.
But he has a shot to be your fullback?
Yeah, he does. He's got the license and the ability to be a contributor, no question about it.
Who is the most inspirational player you ever played with?
So many.
Either college or pro.
I mean, that list is long. That's.
Well, I know I don't want you to leave anybody out, but just off the top of your head.
Top of the head: Junior Seau, Owen Marisic, Andrew Luck, Marvin Harrison, Walter Payton.
What was that like, Walter Payton?
Incredible. That was you just from the moment you're around him, it's you understand there's things you're supposed to glean from this person, and one of the greatest of all time, and as a player and a person and a teammate, great teammate, fun, but dead serious about being good and the team being good, but a real man of character and someone to be emulated. I could see right away, like I just got to be like this guy.
Well, when I covered the Michigan football team, it was Bo's last season, and it was the Rose Bowl, and against USC, and there was a guy playing defense on USC going sideline to sideline like I have never seen before. And I'm like, how is this number 55 there and there and there and there? He damn near had 20 tackles that day. It was Junior Seau.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody like that since or before in Junior Seau. That day at the Rose Bowl. And, it didn't go well for Bo by the end of the day. His last game ever as coach at Michigan.
No, I mean, competed against Junior and also played on the Chargers with Junior, and there's nobody like him. Athletically, physically, I mean, he would run by you, and you could feel the air and the wind moving as he's coming by. The force that his feet would hit the ground, and he would churn up grass and change of direction and quick and move low and fast, and everything that he did was, also like graceful. And then a teammate off the field as well. I mean, just a gift of presence and personality like nobody else.
Jim Harbaugh here on the Rich Eisen Show. Can you stick around one more segment?
Sure.
I'd love that. Terrell Owens, by the way, is coming up at the top of the second hour.
Eric Davis, too. I saw that.
Eric Davis here as well. And Scott Fujita will be here on this Friday edition of the Rich Eisen Show. When we come back, I want your favorite Bo story.
Okay.
And then I need something to get at back at Marshall Faulk. You were there when he was a rookie, right? When Marshall Faulk was a rookie?
I was.
In Indianapolis.
Yeah, played together for
a couple of years.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, exactly.
4 years.
Yeah. So I've got Jim Harbaugh right here on the set of the Rich Eisen Show with Terrell Owens set to be right behind him. All right, right, Terrell Owens will be joining us with Eric Davis in hour number 2, and then hour 3, Scott Fujita will be joining us in a very moving documentary on the life of Steve Gleason that's in theaters near you later on this month. So Scott Fujita will be in hour number 3, but I've got a few minutes left with Jim Harbaugh here in hour number 1. What's your best Bo story? Do you have one?
A lot of good ones, a lot of great ones. Some good, some great, but nothing ever tops the Shemi story.
Okay.
Shemi, Bo had dropped Shemi off at our house.
His son,
Shemi.
Mm-hmm.
Shemi was first grader at the time, so what's that, 7 years old? Mm-hmm. And we were watching Shemi. Bo came to pick him up. It was about 8 o'clock at night. We'd been playing most of the day, and Shemi was up in me and John's room, my brother John and I, and Bo was down at the bottom of the stairs, and he said, "Shem, time to go." "I'm not coming, Dad." "Shem, come on, Shem, it's time to go home." And he goes, "I said I'm not going." And he said, "Nah, Dad's gonna have to come up there and get you." And Shem took some blocks with these wooden blocks that he was playing with, and he threw them down the stairs.
At Bo?
At Bo, I'll never forget it. And
What happened?
Bo was like, kids, I guess he's having fun. I'll come back later and get him.
No!
And I was like, "What?" "That's Bo Schembechler." Because I'm thinking, like, what the heck's going to happen? If we'd have done that to Jack Harbaugh, he'd have been up those stairs.
There will be a lot of people who have been better than you.
There would have been a whooping.
A lot of people.
No doubt about it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
saw,
Bo
a different Bo Schembechler right
sure
there.
did.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. What would Bo think of the satellite camps that you're doing right now? What do you think Bo would think about that?
Well, I was at the first Michigan football camp in 1973 as a participant, and then as a 9-year-old. And there were coaches from all universities, Eastern Michigan, Western Michigan, all throughout the country were at that camp. And then the next few years I was a ball boy because they made it age limit of 9th grade. And then I was in the camp later as a 7th grader, and there was always coaches from other schools there. And that was one of the great things about it, that you looked around at the camp and there's a different logo on the polo shirt. And as a player, whenever you saw those coaching logos, I mean, you were just trying to do your best, like Sarah Harbaugh pointed out. So what I think he would have loved them, because he actually did them in 1973, 74.
I've got less than 2 minutes left, so real quick, Notre Dame's back on the schedule.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Great. Makes total sense. I mean, we can get on a bus in Ann Arbor, and in 2.5 hours, we can be on the South Bend campus. And in 2.5 hours, they can get on a bus and be on the Michigan campus. Just makes sense. Two of college football, all of football's premier programs, Michigan and Notre Dame playing each other, makes perfect sense for everybody concerned.
And then the last minute, get the music ready, Mike Del Tufo. Get the music ready. For all Michigan fans that are out there that were just all fired up about year one, wondering what's to come, what would you say to them? With Ohio State, Michigan State, they're doing very, very well. Michigan is coming back from a few years in a down slope. What do you say to those fans that are out there?
We would say we have great expectations for today's workouts. Today's what we're doing today. See if we can't be better today than we were yesterday, and see if we can be better tomorrow than we were today. That's we have great expectations for that first day of two-a-day practices on August 8th, and I hope the guys are getting in the best shape of their life and get us to August 8th with the best possible team that we can have, and we'll take our shot.
Okay, we'll take our shot. I like it. Thanks for the invite to be the coach.
Can I keep this cup here? This Rich
Please
Eisen
take
cup?
that mug and use it well.
I will.
Beat Ohio State with it, will you please?
Okay. September 10th, we're locked up.
We are locked up. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
For coming on. Coach Jim Harbaugh.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.